a lot of people fail not because they don't grasp the concepts or are interested in the material, but they fail because they feel alone. It's like them going up a mountain by themselves. Welcome to season 6 of the Cybersecurity Mentors Podcast. We are back for a new year with a new mission, and we're back on our own YouTube channel this year. So if you've been listening for a while, welcome home. If you're brand new, we're so happy that you are here, and welcome to the family.
Yeah, I hope you're ready for this season. We're excited to kick it off on this episode. I hope you're ready for your career reset and new year and new opportunities to get back on track. And life, maybe life happened in 2025 and you had some hiccups, you had some roadblocks, but we're here to help you get back on track.
That's right. So like John said, we are here to help you. So if you are someone who started strong in 2025 and lost some momentum, maybe you earned some certs but still couldn't get the interview, or you just needed a break and now you're ready to come back and continue on your cybersecurity journey, this is what this season will help you today.
Yeah, we're here to just be guides and help you get on the path, stay on the path, and watch out for the pitfalls and just help you move around and make progress this year and get to the point where you want to be.
Absolutely. But before we jump in, we have a few quick updates. So first of all, as you already heard, we are back on our own YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that like button. And so you get some notifications whenever we post. We are going to be posting on a weekly basis now, so be on the lookout for those.
All right. And second, we are officially moving from Discord to a new community on the school platform, SKOOL, and we'll have the link to our school community. We really like this new platform. We didn't invest as much time in Discord as we should have. It seemed cool. There's so many cybersecurity Discords. It's almost overwhelming. I'm literally in like 20 of them, and I get all these notifications, and I really don't look at them. So this new platform, we're putting our Networking is King course in there for free. So if you join their school community for free, you'll get access to that course. We're also going to have a weekly hangout with us, at least one of us. We might have to tag team, but at least one of us. A weekly hangout where we just chit chat, catch up. You can ask us questions, whatever. It's nothing formal, but just to help connect you guys and connect with us. So check it out. We're excited about it. We've already got a few members signed up. We're excited for you to be there too.
Yep, absolutely. And just to help us make everything a lot easier for us and for our listeners and our viewers, we will be putting pretty much everything in our school platform. So any resources that we have that we discuss in videos, any downloadable resources, any links, anything like that, if it's not in the description, is going to be in our school platform and our community. So come join us, like John said, for free, and get access to not only all those valuable resources, but come talk to us on a weekly basis.
Yeah, that's right. So now for this episode, we're kicking it off with 5 powerful tactics to reboot and reset your cybersecurity career. Maybe, it's a getting into cyber, getting into IT. Maybe it's you've got the foothold, you're in the entry level job, but you want to move up, whatever. This works for everybody. But we've come up with 5 tactics. Just so happens these tactics are good in general for meeting your goals. They don't have to be cyber goals, but that's the way we have framed them around cybersecurity and your career for 2026. Just real steps to get you moving, make progress.
All right, let's get into it. So here are the 5 tactics to reboot your cybersecurity career in 2026. Starting with number 1, reflecting without regret. This is where we go back do a quick debrief. What happened in 2025 for me, for my cybersecurity journey? And what do I still want to do in 2026? Right? Most people just try to get back on the grind without really reflecting about where was I, what I was doing working for me in 2025. Was that the right plan? Was I going in the right direction to meet my goals? All of those things, all of those questions are very important, and things you need to reflect on, and things you need to answer, and have an answer for them, and say, hey, I was on the right path, but just life happened. It took me off my path. But now if I jump back on where I left off and I continue down my path, I will still reach my end goal. Some people, it might be different. You might have thought, hey, this is the plan I think I should go down. And you go down that plan and then you realize this really wasn't for me, or maybe I should have done something different. And maybe that was part of the reason why you kind of jumped off track and stopped progressing. So all those things matter. Now, with the beginning of the year, 2026, January, you can already see it. All the gyms are going to be full. Everybody's going to be crazy on Monday, first day of the year, trying to get their workout in. And hey, look, power to you. Great job. Keep it going. I hope you fulfill your New Year resolution when it comes to health. But I will be honest, Forbes says that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February. That's 4 weeks. Are you telling me that in 4 weeks, you are not strong enough to continue after 4 weeks and you fail? Like that's hard for me to believe. But specifically talking about cybersecurity, 42% of cyber learners report burnout. Because again, if you don't have a plan, a good plan, and you're just trying to drink from a fire hose all at once or jump from one thing to the next, you are going to burn out. It's just a matter of time. It's not if, but when. So your first tactic, just to summarize, we want to reflect, have a debrief. What happened in 2025? What was working? What was not? And then pivot, change up, update, and make sure that your new plan for 2026 is going to get you to your finish line.
All right. Tactic number 2, choose one path to focus on in cybersecurity. So, or IT, whatever, if you need to get your A+. But, there's SOC, GRC, cloud, offensive security, and then within those umbrellas, there's more things, more domains to work on. So it's really important to have a thing, a focus, right? A New Year's resolution is one way to think about it. People have New Year's resolutions. You need to have a resolution that's going to make this so basic, so simple, so you can focus, right? And so we're going to talk about this in the next episode, but how do you pick the thing? But you need to pick a thing, right? And we've got a download that we're going to include a cyber path alignment map to help you out, figure this out. But what is the thing that's giving you, you're excited to do, right? Sometimes you'll look at your list of all the things you got to do, and you're looking at all the domains or all the topics. Pick something that gives you energy, gives you something that you're like, okay, yeah, this is fun. Now, not everything's going to be fun, and that's okay. And sometimes you have to pick the fun thing just to get the ball rolling, right? And knock it out. And as we're going to talk about next, once you knock that out, then it helps you with momentum for the next thing. But pick that thing. So a good way that I heard somebody word this was pick one thing. That's it. No, you can't get fit, learn Mandarin, and read 100 books this year unless you're living in a montage sequence. Right? So keep it simple, keep it straightforward, and pick that one path, the one focus. So we want to share some of our resolutions because there's two of us. But just what we're doing, just so you know, like, hey,
Yeah.
how does this apply to us? for our career and for the cybersecurity mentors, right? This community. For me, just as a CISO and as a leader of our organization, leadership is just it's never ending. It's ongoing. So I'm always just trying to incrementally get better, and that might be communication, it might be better strategies for securing. I mean, it's a big responsibility to think that it's on your shoulders to protect the organization that you're with. And so I can't be complacent. That's the thing. And we talked about that with Dave. It's upcoming, but with this episode with Dave Burke and his leadership book, you can't get complacent. 'Cause as soon as you get complacent, then the bad guys are going to take advantage of that, right? So I have to be reminded on a regular basis, like, hey, how do we get 1% better? How do we get a little bit better every day, every week? The way we talked about it before is like you've got this aircraft carrier, and that's your organization, and you can't turn an aircraft carrier on a dime. Like, you have to slowly and surely move it in the positive direction you want it to go. And that's not just me moving it. That's just me helping come up with things that can help us be more secure, better protected, protect our people, protect our data. And you find that thing or things, and you just move it forward. You're just trying to move it forward every day as much as you can. And eventually, you get that project done or that initiative done, and you made a difference. But then there's the next thing, right? So for me, it's just, how do I continue to improve and as a communicator, as a leader for this year, and just never stop. And it won't stop. So there's not necessarily a done, but I want to be able to say, like, here's where I was and here's how I improved, and that I did get better. What about you, Steve?
Yeah. Me, man, I'm trying to take your job. I'm trying to be a CISO. Like, that's been my goal. That was my goal last year. And, life happened to me, kind of my focus shifted. It did shift, not because, something bad happened or anything like that, but hey, our one-on-one coaching took off, man. Like, we had so many people that reached out to us and we were working with that took a lot of time and effort. And I loved it. I enjoyed it. Now we've moved to group coaching to try and get to more people. But I want to, kind of keep jumping back on track and work my way so that I can be a CISO one day. And it takes a lot. So for all of you guys listening that are just starting your career and you say, hey, one day I want to be a CISO, you can get there. It's not going to be easy, but you can definitely get there. And just, taking every advantage I can to learn from you, learn from other leaders in our organization, and just other successful CISOs just around the nation and even the world. But I'm striving to just better position myself. I have done kind of like a personal gap analysis in a way. Like in my mind is like, well, not just in my mind, but what I've seen be successful. Like, what is the ideal CISO, right? How do I match to that? What do I have already? What am I missing? Where am I a little weaker, a little stronger? And kind of just trying to slowly plug those holes with whether it's becoming more knowledgeable on strategy, communication, leadership overall, whatever it may be, or just tackling certain projects that I have in my current role that, will look nice on my resume when I'm applying for those CISO jobs. So that is something that I continue to work on. And I know it's not going to happen overnight. So I know you said you can't have New Year's resolutions. You should only have one. And I completely agree with that. But I feel like this one is just one that is like every year I'm doing something, whether it's just one little additional hole that I plug from my profile, my wannabe CISO profile. That to me is good enough. But I do have another one, John, that I want to talk about. So I want to help, on average, one person per month get a job this year, 26. So that is, I'm saying here live right now. So At the end of 2026, we're going to come back. Oh man. I hope the job market gets better. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I'm challenging myself to that. So if you are listening to this and you are trying to look for a job, reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you. Maybe you can be one of my success stories for 2026.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you get them all in 1 month. I mean, who knows?
You never know. Hey, if we start a company, I might just hire 12 people right out
there. You go. Done. Did it. Awesome. No, thank you guys. We just wanted to give you an example of some of the things that we're thinking about for this year too.
Absolutely. Thank you, John. So tactic number 3, start small. Daily wins beat weekly wins all the time. Start small, one baby step at a time. So you don't need a 3-hour block every day. All you need is 20 minutes a day, every day, right? Just a small bit of time that you can set aside, that you are 100% sure that you can set aside every day, that is more valuable than I think this week I can work on it on Monday and maybe next week on Tuesday. That just like not having something concrete is going to hurt you. If you can say every single Tuesday from 5 to 6, there is nothing in my way. That is my time to study. That is a good start. Now, I do recommend that you do it more than just once a week, but just start small and then keep building off on that. So, you don't need to be perfect. You do need to be consistent. So, for example, you got to build some habits first, right? Build small habits that then you can turn into big habits, and it'll be a lot easier for you. So, the initial goal, what is it? It's called the minimum viable effort. That is when you are making the initial goal so small that you can't argue with it, that literally it is so easy to accomplish that you can't fail.
Yeah.
And if you do fail, there's something seriously wrong with you.
Yeah, you're going to trip over this. Is so easy. Like if you trip over it and fall, you did it.
Yes. So start small. Like set yourself up for success by starting small, creating some daily habits that can help you and push you and move you towards your goal. And by making something so simple and so small that, like John said, you literally have to trip over it to accomplish it. So that is tactic number 3 for you.
Thank you. Yeah, all right. Tactic number 4, share what you're doing. Put it out there so that you're basically becoming a documentarian of your career journey. You're going to document. And why is this important? Number 1, it leads to accountability. If people see and you are bold enough and brave enough to put out there what you're working on and what your next step is, or what you did, or that one thing you did, then people are going to notice, and maybe they ask you about it, right? And so if people are asking you about it, and then they see a gap or you're not talking about it, then maybe there's some accountability there where they're like, wait a minute, I thought what's the next thing? How's it going for you? I haven't seen you post in a while, right? So it's a big part of that is accountability on you and maybe from others that are asking you about your journey. Also, it'll really help you go back and see, as we're talking about with the reflection, when you get to the end of the year and next year, you got it. Here's what I did. Here's what I focused on. Here's where I had a gap. There was a time frame here that I missed something. And you can do that in LinkedIn. You can do that in our new school community. Post your goals, post your progress, part of that community that it's all together to support you, right? Without judgment. Like, hey, you got this. You can do this. And maybe it feels a little weird. Hey, you feel like you're bragging a little bit, but that's not what this is. This is just about, the breadcrumbs on the trail to your success. So as others see that, then that encourages them, that motivates them. Oh, so-and-so, they got their cert, they built their lab, they learned this new technique, they've been practicing this. I need to get on it, right? So you're also helping build that community's momentum as well by posting your successes and your wins. Even if it's something small, you may not think it's a big deal, but you posting that you did something that somebody else sees, so, dang, I'm slacking over here. I gotta get on it. One of the guys that we interviewed, Matthew Dix, in his books about storyworthy and storytelling, one of the things he talks about in that book is homework for life. Okay. And it's like mini journaling, basically. And the reason he talks about this is to help you find stories. But what you do is you kind of document, what was the thing I did today? What was significant that happened today? And it's one line, a calendar entry, this date, and here's a spreadsheet with a line of what I did today or what happened today. And then when you go back over the weeks and months, you're like, dang, I forgot I even did that. I forgot I did that, right? But you also can see that as those accomplishments that you've done when you go back and look at your journey. So builds visibility, builds accountability, and it's just a small thing. It doesn't have to be a heavy lift. Again, tied to the last one, make it simple, make it easy, but it's really important.
Absolutely. I really like that. And I have to say, when we meet with our mentees, people we mentor and coach, we push them to, post on LinkedIn or post on other community platforms that they're a part of. Like you said, John, for accountability, but not just that. When you are posting, for example, when you do a lab that you created, you kind of ran through it, you created, and you have a report, and you maybe added it to your GitHub, and then you talk about it and kind of maybe post the report that you created on your LinkedIn, and you kind of talk a little bit about what that was like, what you did, and kind of what you learned. That is leaving evidence for future hiring managers, future recruiters, when they come look at you and they look at your LinkedIn profile. Because let's be honest, you may apply to a position, submit your resume. The resume gets them interested in you, but they are going to go see if they can see what you look like on LinkedIn and try and verify that the resume matches what you have on LinkedIn. So if you have this information, these labs, these posts, this evidence that you've slowly put out there into whatever social media platform or community you're a part of, then that just adds more ammo to the fact that, hey, John, it said on his resume that he has experience doing XYZ. I can see here there's some evidence that he actually has done something with that and has learned some of these skills that are on this resume. So that also helps you. So definitely. I know, like I said, hey, some of us are introverts. We want to keep to ourselves. We're not big into the social medias, and I get that. But when it comes to better positioning yourself and making yourself more desirable to hiring managers or recruiters, all these little things add up, and this will help you. So think about it, really consider it. If you haven't done it yet, start doing it. If you need some help, reach out to us. We'd be happy to give you some recommendations on where to start and how to do it. Our Networking is King course that we did that is completely free in our school community talks about that. So take a look at that. It's for free. All right. So our last tactic number 5, and this is, in my opinion, one of the most important ones. Because even if you are on the wrong path, even if you have a plan, but it's not correct for you, even if you have started to do things on a small scale to build that consistency, even if you are sharing what you're doing, again, if it's wrong, you're not going to know unless you are in a community. You have a crew that is watching your back. You have people that have experience, that know what they're talking about, that are watching your posts, are watching your struggles, are watching you day in and day out, and are able to help you and assist you. You might think, hey, I saw this YouTuber talk about this plan that he created to be a SOC analyst. I bought it off his website for $100. Now I'm going to follow it, and this is for sure going to get me there. That doesn't really work all the time. You need consistent, I don't want to say supervision, but just a helping hand, just making sure that what you are doing still matters today. Because you don't know when they wrote that plan, and you don't know how outdated some of that information may be. And when you're talking to somebody who knows what that role, a SOC analyst, for example, what they do day in and day out, they can say, hey, I see where they are suggesting that you learn this, but honestly, in the real world, we're seeing more of this. So I would recommend you learn this instead of that, because this is the future. This is what we are seeing. This is where these tactics and these offensive maneuvers are moving towards, and not so much that anymore. Whether it could be a security tool, it could be a framework, it could be a tactic, whatever. So you get that by being in the right community. You get that by having the right crew and having the right mentors and coaches watching you and helping you along the way. And listen, we would love to have you. We would love to help you along your journey. But if it's not us, I advise you, please, please, please find a community, find a group of people, find a mentor, find a coach, find someone you trust, find someone you can work with, find someone that can give you some time, some energy, and kind of help you, and just make sure that the path you are on will get you to your finish line.
Yeah, I mean, think about if you want to talk a little bit about like CrossFit, right? Like when you did that, and how much it motivated you to keep going because you had a community, you had a crew. For me, martial arts, that is sometimes you don't want to go. You're like, I don't want to go. I don't want to get beat up.
Yeah.
Come back sore, right? But when I get there and it's my crew, my people, we're doing a hard thing together, and we're on this journey together, and they've got your back. If you miss a week, they're like, "Hey man, what happened? What, you okay? Everything good?"
Yeah.
That's what you need. Cybersecurity is tough. It's not easy. There's a lot to do, and there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to get in, and even when you're in, it's never ending. So having somebody that is your buddies, and they're interested, they care about you, they care about your journey, and they ask you, how's it going? Do you need help? Is there something, maybe you have shared struggles, whatever. But that makes a difference. Going alone it stinks.
It's tough. It's hard. And a lot of people fail not because they don't grasp the concepts or are interested in the material, but they fail because they feel alone. It's like them going up a mountain by themselves. And, there's a lot of things wrong with that. You may not even go, hey, is this the right path up the mountain? There's just so many unknowns for someone completely new with not much of a background in cyber, where having a mentor or a coach is very valuable, because they can say, hey, take this path. I've walked down this path. I have done what you are trying to do. And let me tell you where the traps are, the speed bumps, the potholes, whatever you want to call it. So you can maneuver your way around them and get to where you want to get to a lot faster, and not have to take all of those licks and come out with scratches and bruises and all that because I had no one to show me the way. Now I'm trying to make sure that, whoever comes behind me knows the right way and doesn't have to go through all that headache. But I will say this, talking about CrossFit, it was, CrossFit was tough. CrossFit was tough. And look, I didn't go to the CrossFit games. I don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? Like, that's just not me. But I did it for just my overall health. And some days it was tough. It was rough because that's an individual sport. I don't care what you do. You may do it in a class with a bunch of other people, but you are going through all that crap by yourself. You are running, you are sprinting, you are lifting weights, you are sweating and bruising and all that, like bleeding. That's all on you. But when you have 20 other people right there with you, next to you, going through the same suffering, and they're motivating you to keep going, dude, I don't care what. If you're an athlete and you've played sports and you know what I'm talking about, comment down below in the under for this video. But that gives you that like second or third, fourth, fifth win, man. That gives you that energy to like, hey, these people are watching me. They're rooting for me. They got my back. I don't want to let them down. I want to keep going. I'm going to find that last bit in my gas tank to finish strong. And that is literally what a community does for you. And not only, I know we talk about this all the time, about group coaching and all that. Coaching and mentorship, very important to make sure that you're at least on the right path. But you're going to be doing all the hard work yourself. You're the one climbing up that mountain. But along the way, if you are with the right people, they can help you in the sense of like, hey, there's this shortcut that I found because I went up the same mountain you did. Or hey, we're growing our security team in my company, and I've gotten to know you through this community, and we're good buds now, and you've gone through the same suffering that I have, and that helped me get the job. So I know that if I recommend you, you are set and you can come into this company and be successful because I did it, right? You have those connections. Like that community is more than just coaching and mentorship. It's like, creating those war buddies, those people that you're going to war with, those people that will have your back if something happens. You never know when shit hits the fan and you are in a position where like, I need help, whether it's, hey, I got laid off from my job, or hey, there's some stuff going on in my personal life, health issues, whatever. If you have a community that has your back, dude, that changes tremendously. So I'm going to get off my soapbox. But yes, a community is very important. Don't try to do this alone. So many people fail, not because they can't do it, but it's because they're alone and they don't have anyone to help motivate them and to help them when the tough gets tough. So find your community. You're welcome to join ours. We would love to have you, but if you don't join ours, find one that fits you and what your goals are, and commit and invest in that community.
All right. So that's it. That's our 5 tactics to help you get back on track. We're here to back you up. Not only do we have a community you can join, we're part of that community. We don't have all the answers, but we've learned a lot along the way, and we want to help you avoid those mistakes. So come check us out. Steve, what do we got for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, join us in our new community. Join us in school. Come on over. Take advantage of all that will give you. If you're listening to us, we love you. You guys are there from day one. A lot of peace and love for you guys. If you're watching us on YouTube, this is our original channel. We're back to it. So subscribe, hit that notification button so you get notified. Again, we are going to be doing weekly posts on this channel. So every week, come back. There'll be something new for you to see. And then again, we offer a free consultation, no strings attached. You can sign up, talk to either one of us or both of us if you catch us on a good day. And ask us anything you want. If you have a plan, if you have a resume, if you have a job interview coming up and you just want to talk to somebody to help you prep or just give you some ideas, whatever it could be, sign up, free 30-minute conversation, again, with either one of us or both of us, completely free. We'll be happy to help you. And that is it. So, sorry, I take that back. One more thing. Comment on YouTube, or if you join us in our school community, comment there what is one thing you are committing to this week. All right, one thing. This goes back to our tactics. Start small. What's one thing you're going to commit to doing to help you in your cybersecurity journey this week? Just one thing. Super easy.
All right, that's it, y'all. Thank you for listening. Check us out next week. See ya.
See ya.